September is special in Wisconsin. Many of us know that, and many high schools around the region starting classes on this first day of the 9th month. We're already well versed in the subject of high school football. And welcome to the Week 3 edition of the High School Blitz, which also means the start of conference play. We begin in the North Shore Conference with West Bend East playing at the new digs of Nicolet, scoreless in the second until Cutler Schmidt comes up the middle for 45 yards and a score. It's 7-0 Suns. On the next play from scrimmage, the Knights put the ball on the turf, and Jalen Stallworth falls on it. After a Suns 3-and-out, Ben Ott tries to capitalize for the home team. He goes 22 yards on this screen, but it's East holding on for a 14-6 win. The lights may be shining the brightest in Heartland tonight. Defending Division II state champions Kettle Moraine going into perennial powerhouse Arrowhead, looking to create a classic to start the Classic 8 conference slate. Lily Zhao is there and has the story of the FOX6 High School Blitz Game of the Week.
On a picturesque night at Arrowhead High School, the Kettle Moraine Lasers came charging in. The defending Division II champs jumped on the Warhawks early as Jonathan Sobiak launches it up for none other than Laser star receiver Drew Wagner, who hauls in the 24-yard touchdown, 7-0 Kettle Moraine. After a field goal and a Warhawks fumble, Sobiak cashes in. He walks in for the 2-yard score as Kettle Moraine takes a 17-0 lead into the second half. They weren't done there. Dylan Ports plunges into the end zone from 5 yards out to wrap up the third quarter. Lasers flashing up 24-0. And how about Jacob Eifert showing off his range? He was 2 for 2 on field goals, including this 48-yarder that had plenty of leg. Arrowhead didn't give up. Nick Sinelli runs in the 22-yard score to get the Warhawks on the scoreboard. Vance Holtz adds another score, but it was not enough as Kettle Moraine moves to 3-0 with a big 27-13 win.
You know, we had a kind of cakewalk a little bit at the start of the season. This was a true big test for us, and I think everyone will be a little worried about the Lasers now.
Kettle Moraine flexes its muscles to open up Classic 8 conference play. Next week, they're going to host Oconomowoc. Reporting from Arrowhead High School, Lily Zhao, FOX6 Sports.
Good stuff, Lily. In the city's Blackburn division, Milwaukee, Washington, and Milwaukee, Pulaski squaring off at South Stadium. After back-and-forth series, Washington getting the first score of the game to Sean Carter, who normally lines up on the O-line, takes a shotgun snap, launching to a wide-open Jimmy Jones. This is a 43-yard touchdown and an 8-0 lead. The Pergolders go on to win 14-6. And it's here that we take a closer look through the lens of award-winning photojournalist Mickey Leach. The Pergolders sideline has a very nice tribute to their previous head coach. Markel Thompson passed away last spring after fighting through a courageous health battle. To remember and honor their coach, they carry his portrait onto the field during the coin flip and then have him on the bench. An honorable tribute to Mr. Thompson. The Metro Classic has Shoreland Lutheran hosting Martin Luther, and the Pacers know how to host a party with that student section and their concession stand where, hey, fried pickles, cheese curds, and a fish fry highlight the menu. On the field, it's Martin Luther eating first, Tyrone Sanford showing some patience, and then taking advantage of an opening that sets up the first score. On the next drive, Sanford breaking another big run, this one going for 29 yards, and he's just short of the end zone again. But that's not a problem because Jack Henry Strohmeyer crosses the goal line right here, and Martin Luther wins big, 33-7. St. Francis making the trek up the shore to take on Dominican in a Midwest Classic clash. After recovering the opening onside kick, Jaron Johnson going the distance for a 6-0 Mariners lead. Knights looking to contain him on the next drive, and Garrett Bennett does just that with the big stop. But Johnson doesn't make it easy moments later, throwing defensive players to the ground as he grinds his way towards the end zone, and he comes up just a bit short. But that's not a problem for them either. Aaron Diaz gets the call, sneaking it in a few plays later, and that makes it a 2-score game. St. Francis cruising to a 67-20 win. In another Midwest Classic game, undefeated Brookfield Academy is at undefeated Kenosha St. Joe's. Jaden Gordon putting St. Joe's on his back as he goes 37 yards on this run for his second touchdown of the game. Man, he was working hard. Later in the third, it's Eric Canesi rolling out, and he finds Jameer Davis for another score. And St. Joe's just runs away with this one, 35-0.
Yeah, we're obviously really proud of the team. Anytime you can get a 35-0 game and a shutout on defense, force a lot of turnovers, really proud of them, but we're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what we talk about all the time. Brookfield Academy, they made us flinch a little bit, but we're still really proud of them, and we're proud to be 1-0 in conference.
And this is where we find our high school Blitz fan of the week, senior Keegan Bradley, leading the pinked out student section, wearing the bedazzled cowboy hat. And I know Mary Stoker-Smith is approving of this all the way from home. The Greater Metro has Germantown in search of its first win of the season, hosting 1-1 Marquette. The Hilltoppers going up top early in the second. Peter McDevitt with the deep ball to Peyton Roby Brown. And this is a 64-yard connection and a 12-0 lead. Well, that works out so well. McDevitt goes deep again, and this time it's to Cam Russell for the score, 22-0 Marquette. Late in the second, Tommy Namatny takes the handoff. He goes untouched for the touchdown, and it's a 29-0 lead at the half. The Hilltoppers roll to a 39-0 win.